It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining, and I was sitting in my primary school in the third grade. And we were just doing this exercise in Slovakian language, where we would point to a specific letter in the alphabet, and then we would say how we pronounce it. And when the teacher induced me to say to her, how do we pronounce the K sound, which we by the way pronounce as K, and I accidentally said, that was C. Because by that point I have been watching English YouTube for the past 5 years. So I was more used to English than Slovakian language, my mother tongue. And she went berserk. She called me a dumbass. She called me an idiot. She called me incompetent. Well, of course she didn't say it literally just like I did right now, but she definitely meant it. And then she would stand in front of the whole class and she would shout at me, basically saying, TR, why don't you study, just why? When will my nice day finally come? When will I finally see you succeed? These types of situations. And I was just sitting there just like, what are you doing, woman? Like, I just messed up once. Is it really that big of a deal? This used to happen to me on a daily basis. I'm not joking. The entire second, third, and fourth grade that I spent in my primary school were all filled, every single day, with these experiences of her telling me that I was a dumbass. And then when I finally broke free away from her and I became a fifth grader, it didn't change really much. Like, sure, the new head teacher didn't call me a dumbass anymore, but she used to shout really, really loudly if anyone got an answer wrong. And she would make it out like it was the worst thing in the entire world. And worst of all was, bro, when I came back home and my mother saw the horrendous grades that I was getting. I went from being like a straight A student into sometimes getting a C on my report card. Bro, she was so disappointed in me. And then she would shout at me for most of the time. And when you also count in the fact that I never really got along with the people around me, I simply wasn't compatible with my surroundings, then you get a total social autist. But it wasn't like I had a mental disability. No, I was unique in other ways. I liked history, I liked to learn about the universe, and it was just that whenever I tried to talk to anyone about it, no one would listen. No one would say, oh, good job, TR, for remembering that. Keep up the good learning. Gain new knowledge. You have potential. No one said this to me. But whenever I got a bad grade, everyone would attack me for my surroundings. My mom would yell at me, my teachers would yell at me. I was a bigger disappointment to my father in his eyes. And it was just a shitty situation for all of us. And when this happens to you on a daily basis, for 9 years straight, it really influences your mental health. By the time I was 14 years old, and this was after the COVID pandemic by the way, I literally had no will to live. I had no motivation to go forward. But then, in summer of 2023, I got onto self-improvement after watching a powerful motivational video. And so I just said, fuck it. Fuck my surroundings. They've been holding me back ever since I was 7 years old. Now it was my time to shine. School wasn't for me, but entrepreneurship was. This was the way that will give me my success. And so I started waking up at 5 a.m. I started to exercise, I started to meditate, journal, gratitude journal, taking cold showers, which I don't do anymore, but that's a video for another time. I started to adventure more, I improved my social intelligence with the people around me, and I finally felt like I was succeeding in life. However, there was still one issue hidden deep back inside of my brain that was haunting me, even when I was 6 months deep into this self-improvement journey. And in November of 2023, I perfectly realized what this was. The factor that was constantly holding me back from achieving my fullest potential. The video that I watched in November of 2023 was called, in quotation marks, "Are you tired?" And this was a powerful video, let me tell you. It completely changed my view on words. Because in it, there was this really successful entrepreneur, and he talked about how the power of words has an effect on us and on our subconscious mind. And this was the thing that has been holding me back. This was the belief that made me accept this shitty life for 9 years straight. And so, what was it? It was my shitty mental health. And the labels that I still had back from my teachers and from my mom that were still holding me back to this day. That were holding back my confidence, my self-esteem. Like for example with this YouTube channel. Do you think that I would be making this video if I still believed that I was a useless loser who had no potential in life? Of course not. I would be right there playing Minecraft for 6 hours straight every single day, like I used to 3 years ago. But no, once I realized the power of words, I became so mindful of them that whenever I hear a criticism about me, I just dismiss it. Because 99% of the time, the criticism that you receive is just bullshit. It is just the result of one person not being able of controlling their emotions and they lashing out on you. This could be because of envy, this could be because of their shitty anger tolerance, this could be because they have mental issues themselves, this could be because of their insecurities, this could be because of them not being successful in life and they think that the same thing will happen to you just because you're family. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Just because your uncle isn't successful, that doesn't mean that you won't be as well. Just because your uncle has told you once that, oh really, I had a nice physique when I was your age too, but now look at me, you will be this well-rounded as well. Motherfucker, you haven't been lifting for the past like 20 years, and yet you wonder why you look like a ball? And my most favorite one was when someone told me that, oh, you won't be successful like your dad. Because your dad actually has some tolerance from high-pitched noises. He can actually work on construction sites, for example. But when, for example, a heavy metal falls on the floor, you suddenly close your ears and you act like a girl. You won't be successful like your father. So you need to go to high school. There's just no other way for you. Yeah, just forget about your entrepreneur dreams. No one wants to listen to your message. Why are you even doing this? Won't you ever run out of ideas to talk about? When you have people like these, who constantly walk over all of your dreams all the time, who don't believe you, who constantly criticize everything that you do, if they constantly tell you that you're a dumbass, if they constantly tell you that you just can't make it, that you won't be as successful as you think you will be, if you literally have dumbasses by your side who tell you that you won't be successful in something just because you failed at it once and everyone laughed at you. Do you know how many times this has happened to me? And yet look at me. I managed to bounce back up. I managed to build myself up. I now have a beautiful physique. Well, it's not at its fullest potential yet. But my mental health, it's on its peak. I literally am so mindful right now because of the meditation, because of the journaling, because of the gratitude journaling. I now have so much positive thinking. I am finally doing what I actually love, which is YouTube and teaching you my mistakes so you don't have to make them. I am finally fulfilled. I'm doing something that I actually like. You know, instead of following the status quo of going to university, getting a degree, getting a shitty job where you work for 40 years, under your boss's thumb, with a shitty wife and shitty kid who don't even love you, then retiring for like 15 years, and then dying, whilst living the life that someone else wanted you to live. I don't settle for every single girl that just looks at me right now, whenever I go outside. No, I actually work on myself so that I can get my 10 out of 10 godly wife, the woman of my dreams. And yet I'm still working on myself, so that I can even attract the high quality men which I can be friends with. And every single day, I am so proud of my progress. Like literally every single day when I look into the mirror, I just can't help but just flex my muscles. All of my hard work has been paying off. And so the first thing that you have to change on self-improvement in order to become successful in anything is your words and your beliefs. You have to actually believe that you can make it. And this was the thing that I was lacking for most of my life. Even back when I was first on self-improvement in summer of 2021, I completely lacked this. I just didn't trust myself enough to continue the self-improvement journey, and so I dropped it after like 3 months of watching self-improvement videos. And let me tell you, if you're watching this video 10 minutes in, then I sincerely congratulate you. You are better than the 99% of people, because they have already clicked off by this point. It's just you and me talking right now. Think about it. The teacher that has yelled at you, who called you a dumbass because of some bullshit that you don't even study for anymore, would have already clicked from this video 1 minute in, and you're still here. You're showing me that you actually want to improve. You are done with the status quo. You are done with other people influencing you and holding you back with their shitty beliefs. You want to break free. And guess what? You will break free, because you have way more potential than you think you have. And so don't worry. In the beginning of this self-improvement journey, it will be very hard, because you haven't made any progress yet. But I can reassure you, pat yourself on the back, and that is from me, because you have the attention span which so many people in this world lack. You have so much more potential than you think you have, because you can actually sit down and work, and actually be mindful and motivated and disciplined to do the hard work that will bring you financial, location, and time freedom. You do have the potential. You can, in 6 months, completely convince everyone around you that they were wrong about you. You can completely take their souls. And so, by the way, if you want to be around men who are on self-improvement, just like us, then you can join our Discord clan in the description and become a part of the family. We will take care of you. We will support you on this hard, this treacherous path of becoming the best version of yourself. You can literally find people who have the same values, the same likes and dislikes as you, and you can even get closer to me. I know how it feels like to just start on self-improvement while still having the people that you play video games with around you. And let me tell you, you grow the most with the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if you have 5 video game friends, then you will be the 6th one. But if you have 5 self-improvement friends, then you will become the 6th one. So if you want to catapult your success in self-improvement, then please become a part of the family and leave everyone that has put these inauthentic beliefs onto you in the dust. And so now, how do you actually change these beliefs? How do you start to talk like the 1% of people, like the best version of yourself? Well, I have this really powerful exercise for you that has worked for me so many times before, and I keep on bringing it up in my videos because it is just that powerful and you need to take action on this. So if you are the high value potential man that I know you are, then please go grab a pen and a notebook where you can write in, or even a pencil if you want. Go pause the video right now and go grab it. And so I want you to open up a new double page, and I want you to title the left page My Future Wife. And you need to journal about her entire values, everything that she likes and everything that she dislikes. We're not gonna go physically into this, like, her breast size, her glute size, for example. No, we are purely journaling about her values. That's the most important thing right now, if you want to truly succeed in this. I want you to write down at least 100 things that she likes to do. Basically, at least your entire left page is full. Don't stop journaling. Just answer so many questions about her values, everything that you can think of, write it down. And her dislikes also, what she doesn't like. This should take you around 20 minutes, so pause the video and resume it once you're ready. If you're done, then please, on the right page of the double page, rewrite the entire her values. So pause the video and do it right now. Once you're done, then title the right page, The Best Version of Myself. What we just did there was give you the visualization of the best version of yourself, because your future wife would like to be married to the best version of you, right? She doesn't want to be in a romantic relationship with the current, traumatized, depressed, anxious version of you, right? And so now, you have a clear path on which you want to become later in life. You have a visualization of the best version of yourself, but we're not gonna use it for goal settings right now and all of the other advanced self-improvement stuff. Right now, I just want you to ask yourself, how does his vocabulary look like? How is his confidence? How is his self-esteem? What habits does he do? What good habits does he does? When does he wake up? When does he go to the gym? How does he exercise? How does he talk to the people around him? Does he give them values? Is he smiling all the time? Does he have good mental health? And I want you to start acting just like him from now on. I want you to talk like him. I want you to take action like him, which you're already kind of doing because you're working on becoming the best version of yourself by taking action, which 99% of people won't do. So good job on that. Just a little side note. And I also want you to think like him. You need to do these 3 things, just like him. Just copy it, how you will do with other men on self-improvement also, like the big YouTubers that you see blowing up. And no, this is not a bad thing of copying him, because that is literally the future version of yourself. Just imagine his self-esteem and his confidence. Does he tell himself every single day when he wakes up that he's a dumbass, that he's an idiot, that he's a useless piece of shit? Of course he doesn't. Does he have a head full of negative thoughts? Of course he doesn't. Does he believe that he will succeed in anything that he starts to research, that he starts to practice, that he starts to implement in his life? Of course he believes that he can succeed in that, because his self-esteem is just that high. And so you can literally hack this process by just acting like him, by having the self-esteem as him. Because let me tell you, 99% of the negative things that you think about yourself aren't true, and so you need to get rid of them as soon as possible. Who cares about if your family friend has told you in the past that you'll end up just like your father with a Coca-Cola addiction? Who cares that that stressed out teacher in 3rd grade told you that you'll never be good at listenings? Who cares that your father told you that you'll be never successful in YouTube, for example? Nobody cares. You're on your own path in life. So you also need to improve your mental health too. We completed the first step of implementing the same beliefs, the same confidence that he has. And now you just have to get more advanced in your self-improvement journey so that it gets easier to implement this powerful positive thinking. You need to start gratitude journaling, regular journaling, and you need to start adventuring. These 3 good habits will improve your positive thinking and your mental health tremendously. But you need to also do other good habits like meditation, exercising. You get what I'm saying. Just completely get into self-improvement, which I know you've been already trying to do. And so apply this new mindset of you can get successful at anything that you start, anything that motivates you. You can get good at it. Because let me tell you, a lie that has been told 30 times is the truth. So will you allow it to become the truth? You won't. Because reality is changed by its observer. So will you allow the criticism of the 99% of people, the weak people, who are too lazy, who are too idiotic to strive for the delayed gratification every single day, who indulge in the instant gratification bad habits? You are better than them because you're watching content like this and you're constantly working on yourself. So instead of you constantly reminding yourself with the negative thoughts that you're a dumbass, why don't you literally use the placebo effect to your advantage? The placebo effect basically means that when you take in something like a substance that has no effect on you and you do believe that it will help you, it actually will. So if you constantly tell yourself that you're advancing every single day, that you're becoming better and better, and that your mental health is getting better by the day, when you constantly tell yourself that you're a winner, that you're a successful, stoic, masculine man, it will actually become true. And so please, don't listen to the dumbasses. Comment on which part of the video you liked it the most. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you.